Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Ha'rakah, Kodash, double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and shalom to the hopeful elect. This is Paya Allah of the James London Camp, and this is News and Prophecy and News. I have an article here from Summit News, and the title reads, Massive Backlash to No Jab, No Pub Proposal. Government still working on domestic vaccine passport despite huge opposition. Alright, that's saying firstly I'll deal with the title. So basically this is just further establishing the agenda that I have of the image of the beast leading up to the mark. Alright, where everyone's got to conform to it, and if they don't, it basically, as we read through the course of this article, you're going to understand that they're trying to turn the tide in terms of the minds of the people. But then also it says, it said they're still working on the domestic vaccine passport. But in all reality, that's like, I did a video on it a little while back, how they did an article, what was it? They brought out contracts last year, like around November or so. Basically dealing with to make vaccine passports. So this is something that eventually is definitely going to become a staple from the looks of it. All right, so. Anyway, delving into this, it says there has been massive backlash in the UK to a proposal to mandate the vid vaccinations to enter a pub, with one pub chain owner branding the idea appalling and almost certainly illegal. As we highlighted yesterday, despite months of this government assuring the public that there would be no domestic vaccine passport, Boris Johnson told the committee the concept of vaccine certification should not be totally alien to us, and said it should be up to the landlords whether to enforce it. Alright, this is all working gradualism, man, because they ain't never said it's not gonna happen. They've more alluded to it's gonna happen at some point or another. But like they're saying, like Boris Johnson saying right now, he's saying, I'm going to leave it in the hands of the landlords. So he's giving them license to do it. But then, we'll see where it goes from there. During an appearance on Told Talk Radio, Hugh Osmond, the founder of the UK pub chain Punch Taverns, labelled the proposal the most appalling idea and said it was almost certainly illegal. Osmond also pointed out the innumerable people in their 20s and 30s would be discriminated against because they won't be offered a vaccine for months. Adam Brooks, a publican who runs several pubs, echoed that sentiment when he tweeted anything but normal trading past June 21st is another disgrace. Once every adult has been offered vaccination, the government and the healthcare system has done its job. Life has to return. Kate Nichols, the CEO of Hospitality Trade Association UK Hospitality, also blasted the idea as not necessary or proportionate, and said it would put lots of businesses in a very difficult position. So see, it's going to put them in a compromising situation, all right? But then ultimately, they're going to bend the knee to it, all right? They're going to follow it because they've been out of business for how many months, all right, since the lockdown going back to December. So they need that. They want to get back into work, get their business up and running. So they'll be, when they say they'll leave the landlord to enforce it, if it turns out that, through track and trace, if they're still using that individuals came in and had, the vid, and basically now they have to shut down for 2 weeks. It's gonna change. It's gonna leave a bitter taste in their mouth, and make them want to change their tone, as to make it where, yo, if you ain't got the vaccine, you ain't allowed in. And the joke is, the vaccine don't even work anyway, man. You can still get it. So this is all ridiculous, But it's more, who benefits? Who bono? Who benefits? The beast system, man. The government, all right? Because it allows them to what? To basically have more control, all right? And move towards a totalitarian form of rulership, a police state. Steve Baker, MP, deputy chairman of the COVID recovery group, warned that the domestic vaccine passport could extend to virtually every area of life. Wow. First they said we'll need them to watch the football, and today that it may be papers for the pub. Whether the state legislates for, recommends it, or simply allows it to result, the result will be the same: a two-tier Britain that prevents pregnant women from taking part in society, given that the government is telling them not to take the vaccine. Yeah, so pregnant women are getting told to not take it, and then what? What's that gonna do? So it says, let me read on. Or one where we turn back the clock and tolerate business turning away customers from communities which have shown an unfortunate hesitancy to take up the offer of a vaccine. Alright, so it says, we must not fall into a ghastly trap. Pete Tiley of the Salutation and told the Telegraph's Adrian Tierney Jones, adding a vaccine passport check on top would create further hassle and aggravation, and will make another for a relaxing pint tougher than getting through airport security. However, Becky Newman of the Bricklayers Arms in Putney, supporting the idea, telling Tierney Jones, I imagine it's going to take a year or so for people to begin to feel relaxed again about being in public spaces. So with this in mind, I think I am quite pro-vaccine passport. Feels quite community spirited, all right? After a subsequent backlash on Twitter from potential customers, Newman quickly changed her mind, stating general consensus from customers on Twitter so far has been a big fat no. So that's the vibe right now, all right? No one's feeling it, all right? But that's today, all right? As of this moment, it says it's democracy means people rule, but this ain't a democracy. This is the beast system spoke of in the Bible, headed by America, Nate on the Eve. So I'm gonna read the scripture. It's Psalms 94:20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief with a law? And I says yes, all right, because they're framing mischief through these laws to basically establish the mark. All right, this is where this all is leading to the mark, which is the chip. Okay, so let me quickly read this. Actually, you know the scripture, but man, let me just read it. So it's Revelation 13:16, and he calls all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell save he that have the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So right now it stands as you can't go like this. Like that MP said, Baker, whatever his name was, Steve Baker. He said like it's virtually gonna extend to every area of life, and normally it is by way of the chip, okay, and that's why this is the building blocks, stepping stones for that the image to come into the mark. All right. So with that, I pray you're edified. To the next one, say shalom.